Whoop whoop! Round 2 time. Moonglade. Hopefully he can turn this around. He's 1-0 down in this series. I'm just gonna... MorroW, 1-0 up, won it on Blistering Sands by basically... I guess you could say he spotted that Moonglade was gonna go for 1-base roaches, and even though he had built the hatchery, he didn't saturate it at all, spent all his money on roaches of his own, and then kind of won the game with his defender's advantage. He had roaches and lings, and he was fighting, you know, on his own territory, and he managed to win that first big battle, and that was... At that point it was GG, because he not only did he win the first battle, but he actually had a hatchery, which Moonglade didn't. So he was able to... I mean, he would have been able... It didn't need to, but he would have been able to transition into an economic style game. Fairly early scout in my book from MorroW. I think scouting on 10 seems early to me. I'm no Zerg player. Let's see what these guys do. Big map Shakuras Plateau, my favourite map, as everyone knows. Can the Australian Stallion turn this series around? 1-0 down in a best of 5. It's not the end of the world, but I'd certainly rather be in MorroW's position. It's kind of a big map, though. You can fast expand here. I wouldn't be too surprised to see. Nobody's built anything yet, and both guys on 15 supplies, so it could be hatchery time. It's definitely late. If they go pull first, then that would be late, but here we go. Moonglade, 15 hatchery. And looks like MorroW is going to do the same. So, both guys getting their hatchery first, pretty much on exactly the same timing. Moonglade a little bit ahead, because MorroW sent that early scout. Moonglade has opted to use an Overlord to scout. And that's actually going to pay off, I mean. And so now pulling gas for Moonglade. Not yet for MorroW, so he's really going econ. Here comes the pull. Gas should follow shortly, I should think. But MorroW sent out this scout, and it's not really done a great deal. I mean, it's not had a huge effect, because Moonglade is going to see everything. I've seen everything. And the small economic loss that MorroW has taken by sending this scout out early, and now there's some tricky micro here. Wants to find that red guy. Nope. Whoop. And he gets away. Whoa, he's coming back. Back for more. Spawning pool about to pop. Pop. So he's just microing around. There is a weak drone in there. It's slowly regenerating though, so it's going to be okay. But the small economic loss he took by sending that drone, I think... I mean, it is a loss, and he didn't gain very much because there wasn't a whole lot to see. I mean, on the other hand, if he had found, you know, some trickery, some shenanigans going on, it would have been totally worth it. So he's just played it a little safe, taken a small loss, but it's no big deal. Both guys saturating these quite well. 19 harvesters each. Actually, no transfer yet from Moonglade. Looks like he's not going to transfer at all. Both guys got 3 guys on gas. So it's looking extremely standard. Wow. So very, very standard. Both guys queens. 2 queens, in fact, for... Oh, 2 queens for both guys, right? So they've just popped. So everyone has 2 queens now. And it is inject time. Moonglade actually got his first queen out a little bit quicker by virtue of that slightly quicker spawning pool and a bit more money from that scouting drone being wasted. Roach Warren going up at the natural. That's going to be a nice little wall there. It's going to force any speedlings to go around, which is a small thing, but it's something. Moonglade sees it, sees the Roach Warren, sees everything. I've seen everything, says Moonglade. And by the same token, MorroW has perfect information about Moonglade's base. Everyone pretty much knows what's up with their opponent, and they pretty much matched each other. No Roach Warren yet. Oh, sorry. I'm just completely spazzing here. Both guys Roach Warren. MorroW is a little bit later, but it's not going to be that big of a deal because Moonglade hasn't even made a Roach yet. He's just drone. Oh, he is droning up hard. Look at that. Both guys just drone. And layer tech now for Moonglade. So a bit of a lull here, just overlords littered around the place. Both guys know there's not much anti-air happening. It's just 2 base, they're macroing up, and now double Evo all the way For Moonglade, he is going the upgrade route. On the other hand, looks like MorroW's probably going to try and get a few more units. No! Double Evo versus double Evo. This is a clash of the titans. They call Zerg versus Zerg a mirror match, but in both these games we've really seen these guys mirroring one another, and in this game more than ever. They're building the exact same buildings. The only difference, and now in fact, MorroW finally getting his lair up, so he's a bit late, but he's doing it. MorroW just checking this expansion. There is no third. High ground's going to be really useful here. He manages to drive him away with the superior advantage and, sorry, the superior numbers and the high ground. Moonglade has control of this tower, so he can see those roaches wandering back home. Zerglings just, ooh, sneaky. Ooh, you're sneaky, aren't you? Could it be a third base? Looks like it. MorroW's going to go for the third. This could be a watershed in this match. He's just got to save up the money. He's just patrolling. Both guys getting +1 weapons. That's +1 ranged attack, so +1 for the roaches essentially. And roach speed, also getting +1 ground armor. So the double Evo chambers definitely coming into play, and they're both going to... well, they're both just going to get upgrades. It's going to be a bit of an upgrade battle. If one person outpaces the other in upgrades, then we could see him win easily. So they've got to both be careful. I'm just wondering now. MorroW does have vision of the double Evo chamber, so he does know that upgrade-wise things are going to be even. And so in particular, he knows that he has to keep working on these. On the other hand, Moonglade does not know about this, so he does not know yet that his opponent is getting hard upgrades, so he might be lulled into a little false sense of security. Hydralisk Den. If he thinks, oh, you know, I'm getting so many upgrades, my opponent, I haven't seen Evo chambers, maybe he's, you know, still 0-0 or just +1 or something. But no. Army-wise, very even, 101 to 98, in fact 101 to 100, and it is Roach Central. Whoo-wee, Roach Tropolis for Moonglade. He's finally getting that third base. Not too far behind. About half a minute, I'd say. These roaches out on the map for MorroW. 18 of them. Moonglade has just a few more. Overseer. Gonna poop down. No, he's not. Oh, he's in fact gooping the hatchery. Really cool move there. Don't see that enough. He's goops the hatchery with the, what's it called? Contaminate ability. And that causes, so here it is, contaminated. It can't spawn larvae for a certain period of time. I'm not quite sure. It's like 30 seconds probably. So, it's out of action. Now the contamination is gone. They've decontaminated and the larva can spawn. These roaches now from Glade waltzing out over the map. And now, this is where things are getting interesting. Moonglade staying on Roach with upgrades. He's getting +2 weapons. Both guys getting +2 weapons. MorroW, though, going for Hydralisk range and a Hydralisk Den. And he's also going, as we see this hatchery go down, he's getting Hydralisk range, Hydralisk Den, and the +2 armor. So Moonglade going to have superior numbers of roaches because his opponent is teching, and we see this battle. It's not really looking good for the red guy, and MorroW looks like he's going to lose here. Moonglade saw the timing, saw his opponent getting Hydralisks, saw his opponent getting the upgrades, and decided, I am going to build extra men, and caught him just as he was teching up. So he went for that third base, went for some extra tech, and Moonglade said, here's my chance to just power in and do some damage. He wandered over with a big ball of roaches, hit that third, and then came in and won that battle based on his superior numbers. Didn't give his opponent time to get enough Hydralisks to make the investment worth it. And we're going to move on to Game 3. It is 1-1 in this series. I'm pretty psyched. Let's go Glado.